disconnection between man and woman. Are relationships really worth fighting for nowadays? Or you're just going miserable, still trying to live out a fantasy that's been disrupted? That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, you must watch the intro.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I just want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, I want you to press the like button at the end, hit the subscribe button and the notification, but only after you've watched the video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about, are relationships really worth fighting for? You have a lot of people in relationships that are just flat out miserable nowadays, and they're trying to decide if they need to stay in their relationship or if they should move on. Well, my thing about that is, what a lot of people need to do is, you need to analyze the situation and see what you have going on. And realize in the first place that when it comes to a relationship and marriage, when you're dealing with kids, it's not about love anymore. It's actually about survival. And it's more of a contract and it's more of a business. So stop looking at the relationship from a love point of view and start looking at it from a business point of view. When you look at it from a business point of view, it will be easier for you to make this determination. And you can also remove emotion from a lot of things just by looking at it from a business point of view. But today, we're going to talk about what are some things that make relationships not worth fighting for, all right? First, every day is a challenge in relationships. People are being challenged if they can make their spouse or loved one happy at all times, even under rough conditions. You're challenged by temptation. You're challenged by drama. You're challenged by mood swings. You're challenged by distractions in the internet, distractions in the world. All that plays the part living day to day with your loved one. Everyone's being pushed in different emotions. So, is it really worth the challenge, the uphill battle of actually trying to stay in the relationship? It makes it hard for a person to determine, but from a single person on the outside looking in, it's not worth the challenge anymore, especially with New World Order. Next, women are not reliable as they used to be. And when I say reliable, I mean emotionally reliable. Women are thinking so much about self nowadays that it's hard for a man to even imagine even building anything with a woman because she is not willing to compromise. Women nowadays are emotionally distraught that they don't know how to pair bond with a man in order to help build up. So it makes their senses as a woman unreliable. Women can't even spot out fake men nowadays because they're so into themselves. Women are so into themselves that they have lost complete control over reality, which makes them unreliable to even give a man good advice about life. And that's what you have in relationships. Women that don't even know how to give advice about life. Next, the relationship is lacking in other areas. In other words, let's get outside of love. Let's look at finances. Let's look at relatives. Let's look at baby mamas. Let's look at baby daddies. Let's look at all the patched together relationships. Let's look at all the frenemy relationships. You know what I'm saying? In today's world, there are other areas in life, psychologically and financially, that people can't even be in a relationship that holds as a challenge. Women are putting pressure on guys to make more money because they feel like they can go to a job and work 90 hours and work more than him. But what they're not understanding is, look at the emotional disconnect that's coming with a person working a lot and putting the pressure on somebody that they love. There's a lot of pressure for women to live up to these Instagram personas, to live up to these reality show personas, that now it's kind of like, all right, where is everyone headed? People now are losing their job on a consistent basis. People don't even know what financially is going to happen in the next couple of years. But a woman is expecting a man to have all of this figured out. Next, women are way more verbally abusive now than they've ever been. Women now talk just like men, act just like men. They want to be like thug men. That's how women are acting. They're acting like thugs because those are the type of men that they fear. So they don't know how to be a man. They just know how to act like a man. We have too many women that are acting like men, but they overdo it because they're acting like men on an emotional level, not on a logical level. So you have a lot of women out here that are talking to men like men are little boys. But men can't retaliate towards women the same way that they retaliate towards a man. See, when two men get in an argument, there's a chance that those men can fight. But guess what? A woman can start an argument, she could cut below the belt, she could do a whole bunch of things that's disrespectful, but a man is supposed to always maintain his emotion, even though she's cutting below the belt emotionally by being verbally abusive about things. That's the thing. Women can be so verbally abusive, but as soon as that man go to knock her teeth out, now he's an abusive guy. Why is that? Why can't everything be equal? Why can't that be something that no such thing as domestic violence anymore? How about that? How about if a woman stays stuck in a relationship, it's her problem. If the man stays stuck in an abusive relationship, it's their problem. If we put everything on an equal scale, then you'll have less women that are being verbally abusive because you have more men that are knocking their teeth out. Now, I'm not telling guys to go out here and be abusive to women. What I'm saying is women do so much antagonizing to a man that she keeps going until that man wants to hit her. Not in all situations, but in a lot of situations. I've seen so many women in the hood get in a fight with their boyfriend, get their butt beat, and don't call the cops at all. But I've seen a man that ain't never, ever hit a woman in his life, ball his fists up, and go to jail. She called a cop on him, but the girl that gets beat up doesn't call the cop. That's what makes life like, are you kidding me? And then these women turn around and abuse men because they've been abused by a man. But women always abuse the wrong guy. They don't never abuse the guy that they know is gonna abuse them. Next, most relationships are just walking on eggshells. Bottom line, most relationships are one temptation away from being over with. They're one temptation away from breaking up. They're one side chick away or one side dude away from breaking up. Everybody's relationship is on eggshells now because everybody is convinced that they can do better. But what happens in the new world order? What happens in this time period where women can't doll themselves up? Where you're seeing more women for who they really are because they can't get to the salons. They can't get to the nail shops. They can't get to do all that. Now they walking around looking raggedy. Now what works? Everybody is walking on eggshells now. Now all these relationships stuff to be around each other. What's next now? That's why the relationship is not working. It's not worth fighting for because you're always on eggshells. Next, you're not the happiest in a relationship. Bottom line. That theory is out the door, especially with New World Order in right now. That I'm gonna get in a relationship and be happy theory is out the door. You know what that works on? I'm not gonna lie to you. And I've said this in previous videos. If you're between the ages or over the age of 45 and 50 years old, the chances of you getting with somebody and actually staying there for a longer period of time is very high versus the younger crowd. Because the older you get, the more you start realizing like, you know what? I need to stop acting like I could just up and get anybody. Older people, when they link up, they stay together for the rest of their life. That's the only hope of a relationship is people that's going into their 50s and 60s that have already outlived the BS and they're just like, you know what, let's just do it. That's the only place that I see a relationship actually being formed. But far as anybody younger than that, nah, not in today's world. I feel sorry for people that have kids and your kids got to grow up in this mess. That's the sad part about it. It's parents that had kids for gratification, but now those kids got to grow up in this new world order. That's what's going to hurt because they're not going to be strong enough to handle it. Next, women don't even meet love expectations anymore. You know what I'm saying? What you're expecting out of a woman to be in a relationship, you're not gonna get. In most cases nowadays, you're nothing but a woman's punching bag. You're nothing but something for her to complain to, something for her to cry about, something for her to annoy, because all the girls around her are miserable as well. People don't understand, like, a lot of this new world order is because of women, because of the lack of respect that men have for women, letting women run free. A lot of this new world order is because of the thoughts that are on Instagram, the TikTok women, the twerking. That's a lot of this new world order is because of that. It's looking at your women desensitize herself and pretty much fade out into a demon. The upper elites, the people, the men with respect that run the world, they're getting sick of watching women do this. So now in this new world order, there's no way that they're going to be able to do that, because only the strong's going to survive, and a woman won't be able to use her beauty as much as she could use it in the old world. In the new world, it's all about your brain. It's all about your brain in the new world. It's all about how strong you are, healthy wise, and it's all about how strong you are psychologically. Those are the ones that are going to be determined who's going to make it. And this is Anthony Spade, while relationships are not worth fighting for. Hasta la vista. Hey, hold on. Remember, all my videos come out on the Patreon first before they come here. And my Patreon's like $2 to give a pledge and you can watch the videos. Hasta la vista.